Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
To me, well. The current regime is scared as hell, baby. They don't want you to get out there in the streets on Saturday to protest for democracy and freedom here in the US of A. No, they're so very scared. As a matter of fact, they are so consumed by the fear of our freedom and our democracy.
NCEP Central Operations.gov https://www.nco.ncep.noaa.gov SDM Administrative Messages NCEP Central Operations NOAA Ready SDM NCO NCEP Senior Duty Meteorologist NWS Administrative Message NWS NCEP Central Operations College Park MDO 725Z Wednesday, October 15, 2025 MDSSTA.
The National Weather Service is not to blame for what happened. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are to blame. I'm seeing an awful lot of anxiety right now in the last couple of days leading up to No King's Day. People are getting pretty freaked out. And I just want to help you take the temperature down a little bit. So if you were somebody that's heard some pretty scary news over the last couple of days, you were hearing rumors swirling, and you're really worried.
Y'all ready? One more time before I go, I'll let you know. That all this time I prayed, wouldn't let me show.
Appreciate it. Before we go, again, we're going to be in London, Kentucky tomorrow, 3 to 6. And
Yes.
Anything to add before we wrap it up? I really appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Come out and protest with us if
Yeah.
you're in the area.
Stand up and fight and come out and
Fight.
make your voice heard. And we will have free water. We will have free chips as well. We'll have merch if anybody wants to buy
Songs and
merch.
shirts.
And so just come out and have your voices heard. Stand up and fight.
Also, please follow us as well on Facebook. We also recently got TikTok as well.
Awesome.
So I recently got that app set up for KY Resist. So give us a follow, to stay updated on different events that we're having.
Okay, so it's mainly Facebook and TikTok. That's where you can find.
Yes.
Awesome.
Our website as well, www.kyresist.com.
All right. Well, everybody definitely be sure to get out there and protest and let your voices be heard and support my good friends here from KY Resist. Follow them on social media. We've got a long, hard road ahead of us, but I think as long as people like us stick together and keep pushing forward, I do believe that we can make it and make it work. So again, thank y'all so much for being here with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, everybody. It's always great having the folks from KY Resist. And I just want to say in closing that tomorrow when you go out, be safe and peacefully protest. You have a First Amendment right to do so. Take care of yourself and, just keep pushing forward. I really believe, like Andrew said the last time, history is watching us. It's recording us. It's remembering this moment. And it's how you speak to that moment. It's how that you I remember it. And, maybe not everybody has a YouTube channel, and maybe not everyone has a group, and maybe not everyone has a website. But I do believe that there'll come a time when they'll look back on this point in history and they're going to study it. And I believe that, I won't live to see it probably, but my grandsons or great grandsons may be watching a documentary and they're going to pull up tweets. They're going to pull up things that people said. They're going to pull up videos that people made saying the crazy crap they said. And they're going to have to live with that forever. And so, you just got to realize that when you put yourself out into the world, history is recording you. And you just have to be mindful of that. And that's why that I always say we're on the right side of history. And I say that with all the confidence in the world. I never dreamed that I would be in a place where we would be now. I really didn't. I remember, I think back on my grandfather who fought in World War II. I think back to everything he taught me. I think back to every warning he ever gave me. And it's one of those moments where it's really hard for me to just let it roll off my shoulder and let people tell me, don't worry about it, Brando, it's going to be okay. I take that kind of shit as an insult, if I'm being honest with you. And it doesn't do any good. So if you've ever been one of those people say, don't worry, Brando, it ain't going to be too bad, just know in the back of my mind, I was rolling my eyes and thinking you was full of shit, because it's a moment in time that we're going to be remembered for. And I've always said you can put my quotes next to Charlie Kirk's anytime in history, and I'm confident that they will be on the right side of it. I don't, I'm sorry as to what happened to the dude, but, if you want to make his followers mad, just quote him. So tomorrow when you're out protesting, be safe, take care of yourself. And like I said, just always remember that you have a First Amendment right to do so. Whenever I have guests on the show, I'm trying so hard to stay laser focused and lead the conversation that I hadn't glanced at the comment section. I did a couple of.
Yo, what's going on, guys? And welcome back here to another video, my friends. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day out there. My name is Andrew Heischman. Now, for today, we're going to talk about this severe weather coming up here, as we do have all hazards on the table. Severe weather, including damaging winds, tornadoes, large hail, and even some flooding will be a bit of a concern. Now, guys, before we go ahead and get on into it, if you guys could consider leaving a like and hitting that subscribe button, it'd be greatly appreciated. Also, today's comment of the day, we're going to start doing this here on the channel. What is y'all's favorite food? Leave it down in the comments, and I will be sure to give you guys a heart. So, all right, everybody, we're just going to dive right on into it. So the severe threat actually starts today. We do have a level 1 threat for severe weather here in the dark green. Tornado-wise, there is no risk today for tornadoes, which is good. Just a little bit of a wind threat. We do have a 5% chance for winds here across a little bit of western Missouri, including the Kansas City area, Topeka, Kansas, Wichita, Kansas here, and just north of Oklahoma City for northern Oklahoma. We do have a little 5% chance for hail, damaging winds I meant, but also hail too, where we could see some damaging wind gusts upwards of 60 to maybe 70 miles an hour. Now, in terms of hail, we do have that 5% chance as well here, where we could see maybe some hail between 1 to 2 inches in diameter. But today, like I said, not really the big day. That's going to be here for tomorrow. So tomorrow's risk, you can see, we got a really, really big level 2 slight risk that extends all the way as far north as southern Illinois, and as far down south as northeastern Texas and central and northern Louisiana here. So tomorrow we do, in fact, have a tornado threat, and we have a pretty big one as well. You can see that the risk area here is pretty large. So the potential areas in which tornadoes could form is pretty great. It's a very large area, which extends all the way up as far northeast as western Ohio, including portions of Indiana, all the way down to pretty much north central Louisiana and northeast Texas, just east of the Dallas area. Now, you might notice there's 2 shades here. We got the dark green, which is indicating a 2% chance for tornadoes here every 25 miles, and a 5% chance here across the brown. So the brown is the greatest risk for tornadoes for tomorrow, which extends a lot of Arkansas. You can see the majority of the state is in that 5% risk here. We also do got southeastern Missouri included as well. A little bit of western Tennessee, western Kentucky, like Paducah, Memphis. We have Little Rock, Arkansas, Jonesboro, Hot Springs, even Shreveport is now in the 5% tornado threat here. So Monroe also included. So, a couple tornadoes tomorrow will be possible. As of now, it's not a significant risk. So tornadoes would likely be on the lower scale. I don't think the kinematics are going to be as strong to support those violent tornadoes, really, which is good. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, things could still change between now and tomorrow. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it. Now, in terms of damaging winds, we have a pretty big 15% risk here across the yellow here, 5% chance across the brown, in which, both areas could see some gusty winds upwards of 60 miles an hour. In worst case scenario, some could gust upwards of 70, kind of on those higher storms here. But majority will be right around 60 mile per hour wind gusts, 15% chance across the yellow, and 5% chance across the brown. Now, in terms of hail, as you can see, the overall risk area here, now for hail, you can see that that's mostly going to be a western concern for areas like southern Missouri, central western Arkansas, bits of central eastern Oklahoma, northeastern Texas, where you do have the yellow. It's just a 15% chance probability here for hail. The brown here is a 5% chance here for hail as well, in which both areas could see maybe some hailstones upwards of 1 to 2 inches in diameter. So that's not going to be the only concern. Unfortunately, we do have a bit of a flooding threat here as well. The flooding threat extends all the way from the Great Lakes down into the South Country here, which we do have a level 2 threat for flooding tomorrow. Across southern Missouri here, that's where the greatest threat for flooding is going to be here for tomorrow, including the Springfield area here, at least a 15% chance probability of flooding here. And across the green, out there by like St. Louis, Bloomington, Illinois, Chicago, some of those regions here in the green has at least a 5% chance, which does extend down into like Louisiana, portions of Mississippi, Alabama, and so on. So a little bit of a flooding threat here as well. Now, in terms of the rainfall, okay, so actually we're going to take a peek here at the multi-day rainfall outlook. So this is throughout the next 3 days. So this is just accumulated rainfall for the next 3 days. And you can see that we are going to be seeing quite a bit of precipitation, a couple of inches up here throughout portions of like Indiana, Michigan. Kind of seems to be the hot spot in terms of where most of the precipitation is going to be. The bluish colors, the middle blue is kind of in maybe right around 0.8 of an inch here, so on. The dark blue, about 1/2 of an inch or so, and the green areas are pretty much less than 1/2 of an inch. So not really super crazy in terms of overall rainfall. But the greatest amount of that rainfall is going to be up there towards Michigan and portions here of Indiana here overall. So that is what we're talking about here in terms of severe weather. Now, hop into the tropics. We got not one, but 2 systems we're watching. We got one up here just northeast of Bermuda. This has an overall 10% chance of formation throughout the next 48 hours and the next 7 days here. So the odds of this thing developing here is pretty low. There's really not a really good chance on it. Let's go and take a look here at the full disk. Maybe we can actually see the system. I believe it is over here. Actually, yeah. So I believe this is the system right here. But like I mentioned, not really expecting a whole lot of the system here. We do have another storm system here down there in the Caribbean Sea. Now, this one has a greater probability. Now, throughout the next 2 days, we are not expecting any development with the system. However, over the next 7 days, we do have a 30% chance probability. So, the odds of this thing forming in the long term is possible. It will need to be monitored, in which we'll definitely look out there for it. But anyways, so that's it. Overall, 30% chance. So let's hop on into the models. We're going to take a peek here first at the timing, of severe weather and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and bring up the good old HRRR here. We'll hop over here to the mesoscale models. We'll hop over to HRRR, and we'll do the latest 18 UTC run here. This is the latest long run that we do have of the HRRR here. So let's go ahead and edit this. We should have, let's see here, reflectivity. Here we go, composite. Let's just reset this here. We'll go ahead and add our precipitation and our composite reflectivity. So this should show us where the rain's going to be. So anyway, so I'll let you guys know the timing and stuff like that. So we worked our way later on throughout this evening. You can see a little bit of that line there, some storms popping off through like Iowa, some out there by like Wisconsin and whatnot here. So we do have a little bit of rainfall, developing out here. But, it's not really until, the morning time you can see here. So late tonight, you can see we do get a bit more storm activity out by the Kansas City area. We do have that level 1 threat we talked about here. And, of course, maybe some other storms out by Oklahoma. But it's not until pretty much tomorrow, late morning, going into the early afternoon, where you really start to see, a lot of this kicking up here. You can see this really long line of storms that develop. So this is 2 p.m. tomorrow. So 3 p.m., 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. So 8, And you can just see how the system just, this big old squall develops here. We got this high pressure building in from the backside, bringing down a cold, dry air mass from up north, pulling down to the south. And then we have this warm and moisture-filled air mass that's pulling up from the deep south out there by the Gulf and is working its way up here to the north overall. So, that's going to be supplying all that moisture and whatnot. So, but yeah. It's going to be going on pretty much late morning through the afternoon and into the evening. By the morning of Sunday, there could definitely still be some more convection popping off here across the deep south. So we'll definitely look out there for that overall. But anyways, so yeah, that's that. And we're going to hop over to these models now to talk about the tropics real quickly. So hopping over to the North Atlantic here, we're going to hop back to the 12 UTC GFS. Now, GFS does have that system developing here. You can kind of see as that wave tracks into the Caribbean right around the 23rd. It could pick up some speed here. It has it really developing into quite a nasty storm, but this is still several days out, so this will almost certainly be completely different by the time we actually get to the 23rd here. Now, the Euro, on the other hand, Euro also does have that system doing something in the Caribbean here, but it's pretty far out overall. So, not a whole lot can really be said. I mean, both of the main models do support tropical formation in the Caribbean. Same thing with the CMC, but it just has it continually going westward, throughout Central America and maybe even into the Eastern Pacific. But it's just kind of too far to tell essentially where that system is going to ultimately end up here and what it's going to essentially do. So we'll keep you guys in the loop with everything. We'll make sure to keep you guys up to date. But all right, everybody, well, thank you all for joining. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. We'll be live later on tonight for an update for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys are new to the channel, consider leaving a like and hitting that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, my friends.